Hi, my name is Vishal. I'm going to show how to assemble and disassemble PC. Part A is assembling and part 2 is disassembling. You have to look at the health and safety before you try to assemble and disassemble PC. Make sure you have an anti-static mat and the computer is placed on top of it. This stops the components getting damaged. Make sure you also have an anti-static wrist strap. That's used that when you put your wrist inside and your hand inside, make sure the components don't get damaged. Finally, make sure that you have no food or drink around, as this was the screw inside, the components would get damaged. Now, I'm going to remove the side panel, like this. This is the DVD drive, the CD drive, here is the floppy drive, and this is the hard drive. You can see that this is the power supply unit, which supplies power to the whole motherboard and all the components being used, i.e. CD hard and DVD hard drive. This is the fan and heat sink for the motherboard, and this is CMOS jump, which we explain later on. Now I'm just going to remove any cables. First I'll remove the molex connectors, which are the connectors that supply power to components in the computer. Now, I'm going to remove the ID connectors from the motherboard. See, this is the connector that's used for the motherboard. This is the first ID connector. You connect this to the motherboard, and then you connect this either to your CD, DVD, floppy, or hard drive. Just going to remove another ID connector. Another ID connector. You connect this part to the motherboard, and then this either to your CD, DVD, floppy, or hard drive. Now I'm going to remove the floppy drive connector, the ID connector for it, and then I'm going to remove the connector connected to the motherboard. This is the floppy drive connector. As all ID connectors have 40 pins, and the molex connectors are 4 pins. Just going to remove the main power connector, which connects the power, which supplies the power to the motherboard. Now I'm going to remove the front panel. You do this by pushing the clips off like this, and then taking out the front panel like that. This is for the power. This shows that the power lights are on and that the computer is switched on. Now I'm going to remove the DVD drive. Push it out like this. As you can see, this has a 40 pin connector and it has a 4 pin molex connector, which is for the power. Now I'm going to remove the CD drive. And you can see that this also has a 40 pin connector with the ID cable and a 4 pin connector for the molex cable. Right up. Now I'm going to remove the floppy drive. The floppy drives are used in old computer systems and also on the new ones, but not the really new ones. These also need a molex connector, but a different type of molex connector, as you can see there. Finally, I'm going to remove the hard drive. This also needs a 40 pin connector for the ID cable, and you can either choose whether it's a master or a slave, and it also needs a molex connector. The hard drive is used to store data, the purpose of the user. Now I'm going to remove the power supply. I'm going to get a flat Phillips screwdriver and unscrew the power supply. This here is the power supply unit. This supplies power to all the components and also the main motherboard. Now I'm going to remove the RAM module. To do this, you push clips back and then remove the RAM module calmly. Once you've removed it, make sure you're not touching the chips, as this could damage the RAM module. Now I'm going to remove the fan and heatsink. To do this, push the clips down and then push it up. The first one. And the same thing with the second one. This basically make sure that the CPU and fan heatsink don't fall out from place. Now I'm going to remove the fan heatsink and remove where it's connected from. As you can see, this is a CPU chip. This is mainly the processor. Now I'm going to unscrew the stand for the heatsink. Just going to place this on the side. Now I'm going to remove the motherboard. Just going to unscrew all the screws. These screws basically hold down the motherboard and make sure that it doesn't move around, damaging the components.
So we're back, yeah?
I'm just going to take out the motherboard. As you can see, this is the motherboard. These are the slots for the RAM. And this is a CMOS jumper. And these are PCI slots, basically where you can put your network card or your TV tuner card. This here are the PS2 mouse and keyboard connectors. This is the VGA port where you connect the monitor. And these are the 4 USB ports and the network card. The network port. Now you can see that the whole computer is stripped. Now I'm going to assemble it.